And I'm BJ. Welcome back to your weekly whiskey, wine, and all things barrel-aged podcast.
Oh,
Apparently
Your pocket does
my,
not respond to that.
my Siri does not respond to that. Joining us tonight is a very special guest. We are very excited to have Chris and Vinny of Beer Zombies here with us tonight.
Welcome.
So
Woo!
welcome.
Woo, woo, woo.
Introduce yourself so we know which one is which.
This is Vincent.
That's
Vincent.
Christopher. Here's Zombies.
No, Chris and Vinny.
Vinny.
All right. Well, welcome, gentlemen. Thanks for coming on the show. We have a really interesting offering tonight to bring all of our whiskey friends out there. So,
Before we get started, can we talk about what and who Beer Zombies is?
Definitely. I'm just jumping into the whiskey.
Yeah, you're like
going
going for it, but we got to set some things up.
Please,
So,
set us up.
please, would you guys give us a heads up? Who is Beer Zombies? What do you do?
When did
I
you
have no
start?
foreplay
Where are
from
you
this. I'll
at?
get straight to it.
You never know. There might be
he's-
some
he's
people out
rocking
there
and
that
rolling.
don't know what's going on.
So we'll
Yeah.
do the short version. But Beer Zombie started almost 10 years ago in 2013 as a social media page for all things beer/zombies, just kind of a way for me to put out what I was drinking and watching and hanging out. And since then, if you fast forward, it's turned into a brewery. It's turned into 5 different brick and mortar locations. It's turned into festivals. It's turned into a brewery built in Salt Lake City. So it's kind of encompassed everything in the beer world. And then with that, you start dabbling into barrel age programs, and then that's where the bourbon comes into play. So it kind of everything goes hand in hand. If you've noticed the swing of people that are beer guys, it kind of next step is always bourbon guys. Same thing with on the business side of things. When you're in the beer world, you eventually get into the bourbon world in one way or another, whether that's barrel picks or barrel programs or sourcing barrels for beers. It's just kind of all flows.
Cool. That's
on.
awesome.
Good way to put it.
So let's jump right in. We're going to talk whiskey because that's what people are here for. So Dad's Hat. So tell us a little bit about Dad's Hat. Tell us about your guys' single barrel program. When did it start? How many bottles in so far? And I'm going to tell you guys right now, I've put down some of your wonderful Elijah Craig. You're going to have to turn that off. Siri is literally going to murder
I
you.
think that's me.
No,
Oh, I
it's
thought it
definitely
was,
my
Okay.
Siri.
yeah, it was like,
I was like, I've never heard
BJ.
my Siri on my phone before.
My Siri's shit chatty tonight. Chatty catty.
So I've brought out 2 of your prior offerings, which were spectacular. Both Elijah Craig's.
fact.
I love those ones.
They were so tasty.
You clearly liked one more than the other.
Well, one is opened
Clearly.
and one is not. Mostly because I have so much respect for the real Ghostbusters, and so to see that on a sticker was really freaking cool.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
So we just haven't gotten into this yet. We've had it before. Other people have opened theirs, and we've just been kind of hanging on to this one. But we keep coming back to this, the 2 Men and a Zombie Valentine's.
It was a really, really good pick.
It's so good. Yeah. So
Delightful. I can't tell you, like, I have to pace myself with that bottle because if I was just by myself and I opened it, it would be gone. And I can't do that. I told myself I'd only open it with friends or when the guys are here. And as you can see,
Well,
it's
we're
almost
here,
gone.
open it.
So when we're here, it's open it, right? Okay.
yeah.
So
Exactly.
all right. So there's 2 of their previous offerings. Do you guys have any others besides this that were out or have been out?
Yeah, do you know which ones we've done?
So we did the Traverse City Barrel Proof.
Oh, very
Actually,
good.
That might be my favorite up to this point, as far as daily drinking. I crushed the bottle that I took home.
I still have a little bit.
Oh, hey, sorry. I got a chat that just came in hot that just showed up on our screen. Patrick Curry is asking, how can I buy these whiskeys?
Okay, so that's a good one. So let's go into what 2 Men and a Zombie is. So 2 Men and a Zombie ship between myself, which is Beer Zombies, and then Tony. He owns multiple liquor stores in California, but he goes by Tony the Whiskey Guy on Instagram. So
Hold on, West Covina?
yep.
Tony, shout out to Tony at West
love
Covina out there.
Tony.
Love
Holy
the
hell.
store.
Yeah.
Brick and mortar, great spot out
And then
there.
George. So those are the
Okay.
2, and he also owns. He has West Covina Liquors. He was at Handiest Food Mart, and now he opened his own spot. So
Very
multiple
nice.
spots. They have been a big supporter of Beer Zombies for a long time. They carry all of my releases. Anything that I've ever done, they've always grabbed. So we started talking, and they said, "Hey, we should get together and start getting you barrels to do your barrel age program in. And I said, well, let's go beyond that. Why don't we start something where we're actually picking the barrels? That way it's
Yes.
a little bit more than just, oh, I got this barrel. No, let's pick the barrel. Let's pick the bourbon.
Yeah, you
let's
run
pick
with
the whiskey and then go from there. So all the barrels that we've taken, they all have beer in them right now. So in a year from now, 2022, 2023, the Elijah Craig Barrel Age Stout will release.
Oh.
So we have all these ones. So actually right now, the
Damn,
next one's
boy.
I have a Weller.
Music
Yeah, I
to
have a
my
Weller
ears.
birthday barrel coming out. And then I have a Weller 107 barrel aged beer that's
Whoa!
those have both been sitting for 14 months.
Damn,
Wow,
boy.
you heard it here, guys. There's some
Yeah, I've got some
amazing
heat
stuff on the
There's
horizon.
some fire coming.
Wow.
So
wow,
that's the fun part is you get to take people from both worlds, right? You get people from the beer world, you get people from the spirits world, and you combine that love of all things barrel aged, and then you get to come out with fun things,
Well, and just to
Awesome.
point out, I think the Elijah Craig was a smart choice for one of your picks because I think that's a very approachable kind of entry pointed whiskey, right? Like someone can go grab an Elijah Craig and I can give it to like, say a beer drinker that doesn't drink a lot of whiskey and they would be like, okay, I get it. I'm digging it. What we're going to jump into tonight, which is a good segue, we're going to knock your guys' socks off tonight with a 60%er, I think. It's a 60% rye.
How did you? Yeah. So Dad's Hat, to me, in my whiskey experience, is notoriously hot for a rye. It's a
Yes.
notoriously hot rye. What got you guys to go do and partner up with Dad's Hat and do a pick with them?
So it kind of leads off of what you guys were talking about. So I used to run bar programs in Vegas for many, many years. And I always had on my left hand the approachable drink that everybody knew, and the right hand the one that was like I really liked, kind of obscure. Like if I get someone that's really geeky, be like, hey man, you should try this. So leading with Elijah Craig, like you said, everyone knows Elijah Craig. Very easy for people to be like, oh, we're a Beer Zombies fan, whatever, we want to try it, cool. Now let's do something a little bit geeky, right? Let's do something that maybe a lot of people haven't heard of. Let's do something that is going to be a little bit different. Let's show you that it's not just because we picked Elijah Craig that it's good. Let's show you that we're picking barrels that we really like, even if it's an obscure, or maybe not obscure. Dad's Hat's well known, but less well known to the general public. And that's how we got to Dad's Hat.
Definitely. And here's the thing,
Awesome.
like Dad's Hat, I've seen readily available like pretty much at most liquor stores. I wouldn't just grab it and open it. I don't have a lot of experience. I don't know a lot about Dad's Hat, so I think tonight's going to be a great dive into Dad's Hat, learn a little bit about Pennsylvania rye, what it is, and we're just going to jump right in. So I have some notes here while BJ starts pouring. Little tasters for everybody. And BJ, why don't you read us some stats on that bottle?
Absolutely.
Give us the
Would
scoop.
love to do the stats here. This is Dad's Hat Pennsylvania Rye Whiskey, 60.6%, coming in at 121.2 proof. This is a single barrel cask strength. So this is a hot boy.
That's a hot
It's
boy.
a hot boy.
Chug it.
Really quick, get into the chat. Patrick Curry, welcome. Taco Bell, welcome. Handiest Food Mart says, cheers to you.
Hey.
Handiest
Tony.
Food Mart, cheers to you,
Tony.
Tony. Cheers to you.
That's one of the men up at 2 Minute and a Zombie.
Very nice.
We are glad for
And
what
then
you do.
we're getting a Dad's Hat is fire comment in the chat. We love it. And they're saying, chug it.
So, and the cool part is we're basically tasting this together for the first time because we made this pick, like I said, about
8 months?
Yeah, about 8 months ago. And when this got released, I was trying to do a little bit of a sober couple weeks, so I decided just to go ahead and save it until we came on the show with you guys. Wow. So I haven't had this since the original
Well,
pick.
we appreciate it, and we are honored that you have chosen us
Were
to
you
come
excited there,
and
BJ?
try this again. And
Excuse
BJ
me.
really just got
Excuse me.
heavy-handed. I don't know if you guys can see this
Oh,
board
BJ,
here.
excuse me.
He just gave himself 6 ounces of Dad's.
He's like 120.
I was like, well, I poured everybody. Let's go. I do want to point out something really, really interesting that some people might not know. Do you guys know about this shape on the front label of Dad's Hat?
No.
Is it a hat?
No. Well, the hat's on there, but I'm talking about this interesting shape that probably reminds you of the Heinz ketchup bottle logo.
How about we show
now
our
that you
friends
said that.
in the audience?
Show the peoples.
Show the people.
Do you see it?
Ah,
It's an interesting shape. Does
yeah.
anybody know what that shape is and why it's important to the state of Pennsylvania?
I feel like I'm going to get learned.
Wow.
I know, like, teach me.
Hold
sir.
on, is that a? Oh, I'm trying to think of the shape.
You
It's
should
one of
know
those
this.
strange. I don't know. know? Tell us, please.
So
Enlighten us.
that is the shape of the keystone. So the keystone in any bridge or main building is the stone that holds everything together.
Oh.
And Pennsylvania was known as the Keystone State because it, being Philadelphia, where they signed numerous documents for the creation of our country, was the Keystone State and the creation of the United States of America. So you have the keystone on a lot of things that come out of Pennsylvania, just like you have on the label for Dad's hat.
Really cool.
I feel like you should have like a, the more you know, like
Exactly. Whoever's going to edit this in
was
post.
actually really interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
Really quick, get into the chat. We have a question. Who does your artwork? I love the bottle stickers.
So the art. So my background is art. So I have a background in graffiti, etc., etc. I come up with all the, and then we have a someone that works for us that goes by the name of Von Highness on Instagram. His name is Colin, and he does everything from my initial sketches to what comes out on the back. So also along with the Beer Zombies labels. So I've been working with him for about 2 years now. Randomly met him online, realized that we are long lost brothers. I'm an Eagles
love
fan.
that.
He lives
That's
in
great.
Philadelphia.
That's great.
I worked in the music business. He toured in the music business. I went to a show that he played out. I didn't even know it. I mean, we're just definitely lost souls, and he understands my vision from day one. Like before I was doing full sketches, everything, like now I'm like stick figures and sketches, and I'm like, and he comes back and I'm like, that's it. You just nailed exactly what I wanted. So it's a combination. If I wasn't as busy as I am now, I would still be doing it. But like all good people that try to be good leaders, you have to start delegating things.
That's right. Yeah.
There's time, right?
That was actually one of the hardest ones because I enjoy doing art so much, but I also realize that time is such an important part of what I do. So
Yeah. Precious time.
And balance, right?
And
You
balance.
got to have the balance.
Yep.
Yeah.
So anyway, just
Look at
the
the nose
chat.
of this, huh?
I'm really digging those stickers
this
too. I didn't
smells
say that, but this nose, guys, is it's fantastic.
But I will say, like this logo, like this bad boy, the original Beer Zombies logo,
Killer.
that started off as a sketch on my kitchen table.
Killer.
Killer.
Drinking for other reason besides the fact that I was just there.
You know, that gives me hope because you don't understand how many times we sat around a kitchen table drinking beer, drinking whiskey before this show took place,
Yeah.
sketching out logo after logo after
Show
logo.
ideas, how we wanted to conceptualize everything
we
on
understand.
paper.
Oh, yeah, it sounds like you
Spent
do.
a long time. I'm sure you
You want
guys
to know
as
a random
well.
fact about Beer Zombies?
Absolutely.
Please.
I have never ever had a business plan. I've never written a business plan.
That's great.
That's
I have
awesome.
like lists of things that I like to do, and you know, my wife's real big on like what's it called when you like write things down and you
Like the vision board.
yeah, like a daily
Idealist.
aspiration, stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But me personally, like, I just wake up and do what feels right. That's
Right
kind
on.
of the two mottos of Beer Zombies is one,
That's cool.
drink good beer with good people. Now it's kind of drink good liquid with good people. And a rising tide lifts all ships. So if it fits into those two things where we can all do things to
Wow.
get together, money always will eventually come. It's always if you do it for the love first, everything else comes back second.
It's not bullshit either. He's honestly said that to me
Yeah.
about 10,000 times.
Yeah, it's not like I have no reason to make stuff up. So it's, you know,
That's
it's one of those
well,
things like that's how I feel about it, you know.
That's killer. And look at your guys' reputation, right? I mean, it speaks it's for itself. You
rising
really-
tide lifts all ships.
Yeah.
God,
I
I feel that's amazing.
I think the actual quote is a rising tide lifts all boats, but I feel like ships is such a better word. than
ships
boats.
flows
yeah,
better.
because
So
you
I
take
always
so
say
many
ships.
people, right? A ship takes so many people with
Exactly.
you, and that's the idea.
Yeah, so yeah, like that's, you know, you guys right now are introducing us to people that maybe don't know Beer Zombies, right?
Exactly.
So
That's the hope.
your ship is rising to help us, and we got to bring some stuff that we did a pick up that you hadn't tasted before. So it's
Exactly.
it goes, what comes around goes around, you know. It's
Yeah,
Real
we
pumped.
love it. We love it. So I'm going to get into a little descriptor here. I have some tasty notes, and I want to read you guys a little bit about Dad's hat. While these guys start getting in a little nose, they're going to take their first sip. So we're jumping into some stats here. So I know BJ mentioned it already. So this is coming in at 60.6%, 121.2 proof. The mash bill is 80% rye, 15% malted barley, and 5% malted rye. Yes, there is no corn. OMG, guys, you can't call this a bourbon.
That's
what?
right. This is a whiskey, baby.
And what do we got here? So they're saying we're bringing. So Dad's Hat. This is per Dad's Hat website. They're bringing authentic Pennsylvania style rye whiskey, rye grain malt, no corn, sweet mash back, one batch at a time.
Oh, sweet for sure.
And get this, it's such an interesting story with these guys. Their recipe was formulated working with the Artisan Distilling Program at Michigan State University.
Ohio?
Hold on. We're not going to talk about rivalry because this is a show. It's a kid-friendly show. I don't want to start shouting expletives about my distaste towards a certain university.
All right,
anyway,
keep going.
Over a 2-year period, they worked on this recipe, and it's modeled after a traditional Pennsylvania rye whiskey. They use locally sourced ingredients, and it undergoes a week-long controlled fermentation. I've never even heard of this. It says at the end of the week, the mash is ready for the first of 2 distillations. So they use, and I don't think I put it on here. No, they use traditional 500-gallon pot stills. So if you guys remember pot stills, look back at some of our previous shows. We talked Irish whiskey.
Go back to the Thistlefinch show where we actually do another Pennsylvania rye whiskey.
Oh, well, that's definitely relevant. Totally forgot about them. But back to Irish whiskey and pot stills.
Just saying.
Just saying. No, that's actually a really good
Just
point.
saying.
So anyway, a 500-gallon pot still, and then a side column is where they tailor their distillation process to craft a flavorful rye spirit, which is then transferred into charred quarter casks. Quarter casks, folks. They're not using full barrels,
These are
which
small.
is
That's
very
small
interesting.
time aging. Okay.
So if you think of Barrel Lamaze, Beach,
Yep.
Barrel Lamaze,
Barrel Maz, the in and out over time.
over time.
The transfer of barrel molecules into your liquid.
And that is creating, you almost say, I guess, hyper aging or a accelerated aging process, because they're only sitting these down for 6 months. So could be a crapshoot with what we're going to taste here.
I feel like that must be a Pennsylvania rye thing, because think about, if again, gonna go back to Thistlefinch, another Pennsylvania rye.
Shout
It's a
out to
craft
Crystal
rye.
Finch. Love you guys.
They do something very similar. They don't age anything longer than 36 months. Which we thought was a little odd, but they do something in the small barrels too, kind of interesting.
They use quarter cast for them? Or?
I don't remember if they're using quarter cask or not. I'd have to go back and call them or ask or look, but I don't remember. I know that they do a very small barrel maturation time. Again, thought it was really weird, but it works. I wish we had some for you guys to try tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe
All
we
right.
do. We might.
So just jumping into some tasty notes from their website. So you're going to have plenty of lively rye spice up front, beautifully stewed fruit mid-palate, and a long mellow oak finish that lingers on.
Interesting. I don't get any of those.
While
mine's a little different too, I think.
Yeah.
As far as what I get off that, but
I don't get any of those, and I'm excited to get into it.
Here's what we're going to do.
Put that down and get into it.
Here's
Jimmy.
what we're
Let's
going
go.
to do. We're going to get into it. Uncle Punky, welcome.
From Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
From Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
You know something else about Pennsylvania?
Would love. Yeah.
Ooh, what do you
Eagles
got?
are 4-0.
Yeah, they are.
You wanna know
Yeah,
who-
they
You
are.
want to know who's an Eagles fan? This guy.
Way to be.
Giants are 3-1.
Way to be.
It's true. No one cares about
And that's been like the first in like
Bristol,
10 years,
Pennsylvania
right?
is right next to New Jersey. Just saying.
Hey,
It's roughly 2 years.
real
Punky,
real
is
big
he a
question.
fan?
Is Raiders really gonna go 0-16 this year? It could happen. Could happen. Tune in for when we talk Yard of War later this
Is
week.
that like the reverse 72 Dolphins? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
And hold on, I don't think there's any more 0-6. There cannot be an 0-16 team,
It's
right?
17.
Did they win? Oh, they won. That's right. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
They
yeah.
won.
Yeah,
they
Raiders
win.
finally
They
won
finally
again.
won.
Beat the Broncos.
I lost on that.
Way to
bet.
go,
I had
Josh
my-
Jacobs. Way to go, Josh Jacobs.
All right,
Get into this. Come on, get into this.
I'm
This
getting
is
into this.
incredible.
Welcome to the show, Punky, Sickle, Steven, Andrew, and everybody. Welcome to the show. We got some people rolling in here.
Cheers.
Cheers, friends.
And a cheers to you guys.
Cheers, gents.
And most importantly, a cheers,
cheers.
to you. So I'm gonna just call it out because I've been chomping at the bit. I'm getting like straight out of Hershey, Pennsylvania, Hershey's milk chocolate bar on the nose. I think it smells like chocolate.
This
I
is
was like,
grass
this close to
fields for
Hershey's?
days.
How close is Bristol to Hershey's?
What do you say?
Grassy fields
So
for
I
days.
get like huge creme brulee vibes.
Oh yeah, no, totally
Like
would get that too.
Big creme brulee.
It's
like
super.
I get
sweet.
that on the nose.
on the nose.
Yeah.
I'm going straight nose right now. It's definitely hot on the nose. Like
Vanilla.
Yeah. it opens, but it's vanilla. It's
Creme
creamy,
brulee.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting
Definitely
chocolate.
creamy. Wait till
I
you
don't get
taste
I don't
it.
get any
Taste
grass.
it, please. I need all of you to taste it and get grass.
Oh,
It
I've
smells
tasted
like
it.
It's gonna be sweet. That's the thing.
It's literally
does.
it's lawn
But
clippings.
I know it's not because it's
to me.
120 proof and it's rye.
It smells so sweet. It smells like a candy factory.
Wow. Wow.
But it tastes like I'm standing at the top of Mount Everest waiting to go down in my own skis. That is a crispy, mentally
Yeah.
experimenty boy.
So it's funny. You said menthol and you exhaled, and that's exactly when I get it. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, you
taste-
can
it's like-
taste the
yeah.
mint.
but on the beginning, it does have that creamy, like creme brulee, like right when it
Yes.
first
Fact.
touches your tongue, until it goes to mid palate, and that mid palate is when it starts to pull that spice and that heat a little bit.
I get the grassy vibe though.
Do you? Let
really?
me try it again.
Grass
Okay.
clippings. I'm getting that
I don't
major
get
on
grass
the
clipping
taste.
at all.
I don't even want to say like almost like I'm just drinking a
As
whiskey
we all
from a
know,
barn.
everyone's taste profiles are different. That's
Is
why
that-
we have different.
There is some
people
barnyard
here.
funk to it, I think.
Like there is a little bit.
A
Of
lot of
funk to it,
barnyard.
which I
Well,
like.
a little bit.
There's some
Definitely
funk to it
barnyard
in a good way.
I think because I like creme brulee so much, that's all I'm pulling.
That creaminess goes through into the taste. You set vanilla creaminess, but then I think it evolves with that menthol grassiness, very reminiscent of thistlefinch. I don't know if BJ wants to chime in on that. I feel that it's very reminiscent. We'll try to break one of these out after the show for those
I don't
guys
think it's as
to try.
grassy. Like it doesn't have that.
Not
fresh,
as much,
It's not that fresh alfalfa.
but it's very.
field
I get
grass.
vegetals. I know vegetals the official.
Really?
Yes.
I don't get any vegetable.
getting
in
I'm
it.
that.
pulling vegetal,
I'm getting veg.
which I love that word, by the way. I use it a
That's why I
lot.
said it.
No, it's this is really minty. It's crisp. It is fresh. This is refreshing for as hot as it is. As
doesn't
high
drink
alcohol.
that
It
hot.
doesn't
No, it
drink
doesn't-
hot.
that's
It's spicy.
You keep
Yeah.
saying, but it's not.
It doesn't
hot.
drink
it's,
hot.
It's spicy. Like,
It's spicy.
not-
Okay, yeah, good correction.
I mean,
I'm about it.
because I mean, we've drank hot. All
We've
of us have
we've drank hot.
All right, I'm gonna be honest with you. Full disclosure, I was like, we're gonna drink this 60%er, and it's gonna be too hot, and it's gonna taste like crap.
It's not.
No.
Because most of the 60% and plus stuff we drink on the show is very, very hot, very ethanol-y. We can't get over it, and we always complain about it. This
So I just
does
got some
not
grass.
drink like a
I just got
60%er.
some grass.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, I think once you get into it and it opens up a little bit,
I don't know how I feel about that fact that I just got grass.
it's not a bad thing.
No, it's
I,
not.
I appreciate that. I think for rye, a ride forward. This is from Pennsylvania farm country. This is like
So I can't chew this, but I do like to hold it on my palate to try and numb out some
legs
of those
for
other
days
taste
too, by the way.
receptors.
Look at this. Look at the thick. It's a thick boy.
By just holding it in there for about 5 to 10 seconds, the finish I leather too.
Okay.
I got some nice leather tones.
There might be some stewed fruits in there somewhere.
We're
There's
inside
something
a
in there
barn.
that's like. So you know how like when you drink
barn.
like when you drink beer and you drink IPA, your perceived bitterness is in the back of your tongue, right? So you only get that when you swallow.
Right.
So if you let it sit on your tongue first, I get that creme brulee, I get that like mentholy, and then when you swallow it in that back part where the perceived bitterness of your tongue is, when you breathe out, that's when I was starting to get a little bit of that grass. So I don't know if that's the same, I'm not a scientist or anything, but I'm thinking that's the same part where you perceive bitterness as grass.
On that exhale, and once you kind of overcome that menthol, you get that minty menthol eucalyptus kind of vibe. You get that subtle. I get that subtle barnyard funk, and I'm digging it though. I love that.
I'm on
So-
the same page as you right now with the barnyard funk with it.
Yeah.
When you guys went back, so I want to take this back. I think that there's a lot to pick out here, and I think we just need to continue to enjoy it. But while we do, I want to talk a little bit more about the RAR. What's up with RAR on
So-
this bottle?
Along with everything, I like to do things with my friends. RAR, the people that run RAR and are associated with RAR have become very,
Shout
very
out
good
to
friends
RAR.
of mine.
Cool.
Corey, who is known as Maryland Mob on Instagram,
Nice.
has been involved with RAR now, and he's somebody that I consider a very close friend. So whenever I'm thinking of doing something, it's always like, all right, which one of my friends would be down with this? So we had a collab for Kobe Day, which is 8/24. Little backstory: my wife danced for the Lakers. We are a huge Lakers family, so
Very
the
cool.
Kobe Bryant Foundation which proceeds of the Dad's Hat and the beer we did were donated to via Vanessa Bryant, an official collaboration. So this is not us just IP thefting people. This was an actually a thing. Like, we did this correctly.
Really cool.
That's awesome.
I have an 824 tattoo on my arm. So Corey, who is also a sports fan, not necessarily a Lakers fan, but he's a sports fan. He respects the Lakers organization. We were going to be doing a beer for Kobe Day. So it was called 824. It was a heavily fruited sour that we did with double blueberry, double raspberry, double vanilla, double marshmallow. So it was a thick, raw style beer collab. And on top of that, I said that we had a pick that was coming out. This is back, when we got to taste the pick.
Mm-hmm.
I said, when it comes out, we want to do it together. So we sent them samples, et cetera, et cetera. It ended up lining up perfectly where we could release the bourbon and the beer on Kobe Day, which was 824. It was just
That's
all
cool.
things
That's
aligned.
awesome.
It
Great
wasn't
story.
planned that way. It just happened to be that way. So now the beer that's going to be in the Dad's Hat barrel will be a raw Beer Zombies collab, and that will be exclusively sold at Tony's shop, George's shop, and Beer Zombie shop.
Right on.
Awesome.
That is
so,
great.
so for those of you that don't know what we're talking about raw brewing. They're really well known for their out of order smoothie style beers. They're really, really good. They go really, really fast. And then we're also talking about the Lakers branding, the blue and yellow, or purple and yellow here on the bottle.
So let's get down to brass tacks. How do people get this? Is this bottle available? Where can they get it? Who can they talk to?
So all of the spirits that we do for the picks are available through Tony the Whiskey Guy.
Okay.
So that is the person that handles all that. So Beer Zombies proper, we don't have a license that is able to sell spirits to go.
Okay.
We can sell spirits on premise, so you can come
Sure.
in. We have bourbon at all of our locations. We have alcohol at all of our locations, but we cannot sell or bottles to go.
Okay.
So teaming up with Tony and George also at West
Tony
Covina
and
Liquor.
George.
Yep, West
Okay.
Covina Liquor. All of our picks are sold through those stores.
And okay, so
And
they're
Tony ships.
fantastic.
Oh, good to know.
So how can our viewers contact Tony the Whiskey
So
Guy?
the best thing to do, I'm gonna pull up his Instagram because
Sure.
Tony the Whiskey Guy on
And then
Instagram-
I'll type it in the chat if you give me
Yeah,
his
so
Instagram
he
handle.
answers all of his DMs. He's really good about it. He gets the
And
bottles out.
and can you share what prices for this bottle?
I actually don't.
Or you don't
what
remember?
price that was? I'll be honest with you. Sorry, another
Okay.
thing that comes along with being busy. Some of
I'm
the stuff
sure.
I don't know.
I would assume it's a sub $100 bottle.
It is.
Okay.
It is a supplemental bottle. The only one that I believe, and don't quote me on this or do, was over 100. Was our first pick was the Trevor's, because I think it was 109, and that
Got
was it was already a solid pick.
I love Traverse City.
Honestly, I was blown away by that pick.
All right, let me tell you guys, if
I'm sad I
you can
missed
get a
that
hold
thing.
of it, and it's
I still have
actually...
some left.
I don't have any
I'll get
service,
you a
but
sample.
it's Tony the Whiskey Guy. I don't know if you guys.
All
can see
right,
that.
so Tony the Whiskey Guy, Beach, could you tell us his handle?
Yeah,
Could you,
it's-
on
it's
Insta?
At Tony the Whiskey Guy.
Tony Whiskey Guy.
Oh, Tony Whiskey Guy.
Tony, okay,
At Tony Whiskey Guy, and that's whiskey with an EY.
Yeah.
Whiskey.
And he will take care of you guys. You'll know it's
Whiskey
him
Guy.
because it's a profile picture of me and him together.
Awesome.
So that's like the blue check verification, right?
That's
it's
right.
Me and him. So
Then that means it's a fish.
and honestly, if anything that you guys have or anybody that's watching you guys has questions, he is very, very educated in the bourbon whiskey
Okay.
spirits world.
So I have another question.
Yes.
The zombie that's on this bottle
Yes.
is the same zombie that's on your beer's zombie whip.
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 I remember you put something out on Instagram that you were going to name him. Did you ever name him?
I didn't. Well, so that's the funny thing. So here's the situation. Did I name him?
You had an idea, I thought, right?
I don't remember. So Rar's character's name is Otis.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's his name, which I love, but I don't know if did I ever name him.
No, we were talking about you never decided.
like
You
I
need
said,
something that goes with
the
Otis.
problem with never having a business plan is you just come up with random ideas, and then you're like, oh yeah, this guy just called me out a year later that I never named my zombie guy.
Sorry.
What was the zombie from Hocus Pocus? The one that comes out of the
That's
ground.
Billy.
That's a
What?
that
Billy
is
Butcher.
That's
Billy Butcher.
that is
Billy
Billy
Butcher.
Yeah. I know this because we watched the
I'm just
watched
saying,
the
yeah.
Hocus Pocus 2 last night.
Yeah, I don't feel like he's not a Billy.
It doesn't fit.
Yeah.
He's not a Billy.
Maybe he needs to be a Milo.
No, not a
Notice?
Milo and Otis?
Milo
Is
and...
that a dad joke going on?
Wow.
It could be just a little bit. Just a little bit.
All right, so guys, here's what we do. So we use a rating scale of 0 to 100. We used to go and we judge it on 3 categories, and that's
Hold on, let me help you with this. Can I help you with this?
Please, you're on fire tonight, and I
am.
am not. So
Thank you.
please go right
Thank you.
ahead.
All right. So here's how you guys are going to judge this. You're going to judge this based off of 3 categories. The nose, you're going to judge this off of the taste or palate, and you're going to judge this off of a value. So we're going to call it the value tonight, sub $100. You should do this on a 0 to 3 category. 0 being I hate it, 3 being I love it, gotta have it, and 1 and 2 being somewhere in the middle. Closer to I hate it, closer to I love it. And then when you come up with that total number out, that's the 3, 3, 3. It's going to give you a 9. You can give it a 1, an extra blown away bonus if you're just like, holy cow, this is so amazing. And then you can assign a score out of 100. So if you gave it, say, a 3 for the nose, a 2.5 for the taste, and a 2 for the value. You've got 2, 2.5 is 4.5, and 3 is 7.5.
So
75 out of 100.
What the hell are you saying right now?
BJ, a 0 to 100 scale.
Things above my head, like
0 to 100.
I know, it's coming in. So, Jimmy, start us off
We
with
need
your...
that hangover with the where Zach Galifianakis' character is walking through the casino to
Listen,
play blackjack, and all the math.
Me.
Hey, I was a wolf pack of 1, but now I am a wolf pack of 4. Jimmy, why don't you start us off with the scores?
All right, so
They'll catch
maybe
on.
he's not on fire. So 0 to 100, I spoke too soon, and I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to go nose, taste, and value. I'm going to talk about each of them
Please.
very quickly. Nose, I thought I'm going to bounce off of definitely what Chris mentioned earlier: creme brulee, vanilla. I think that really comes through on the nose, and I get a little bit of breadiness. Like if you think of like a
Oh, now that you say
like
that.
I get like a dough, like a biscuit, almost like on
Almost
the
like
nose.
Play-Doh-y dough.
Yeah, like a Play-Doh.
Totally.
Like a very.
So
I don't know if you guys get
chewed
that.
Play-Doh?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
Always.
Chewing Play-Doh.
All right.
Always.
And then for taste, oh man, like again, it's like I've opened the doors to a barnyard and I've licked the doors to a barn. Can I do that? No, that's not going to taste good.
I think you're going to get hoof and mouth.
I've
licked
walked.
multiple doors and walls.
I've walked into a barn. You open it up. It's got that barnyard funk, the grassy, the old leather-bound books. I get like tobacco. It's got a lot going on.
Tobacco, that's a good call.
I get that. I get that. I'm just throwing things out there that are just coming to mind as I'm tasting. I'm going to do one last taste. Love it. Okay. We're going to say, here's the thing. I think MSRP on this is like $70. So I'm going to say it's anywhere between 70 and 100.
$69.99?
I could be. Yeah.
We're going to say it's between 70 and 100. Who knows? Because you're going to have to reach out to this guy anyways. You're going to pay for shipping, figure it
Yeah.
out. You guys, if you really want one,
Is Tony still in the chat?
Tony's in the chat.
Tony, how
so
much was this again?
Yeah,
Tony, let
what's
us
the price
know
on
if you can
this?
put it in the chat if
Help
you're
us
still
out.
watching. They're like, what's with all the barns? I'm telling you, once you try it, because here's what's different from a traditional whiskey. You don't get that like oaky sweetness from the corn. You don't get that like typical bourbon taste.
Spicy.
You get
Spicy
a
was the right
unique
call out.
rye spice, grassy, herbal, floral spice, and it's very interesting, very different. Doesn't drink like a 60%er. Value between 70 and $100. That's where I'm kind of like, yeah, that might be a tough pill to swallow, but I still like it. I still enjoy this. I am going to give this an 87 is my total score. And the guys may not know this, but BJ knows that me giving that an 87, I always
Very high.
super.
For you, that's very
critiquing.
high.
And now is that on a rye or is that just overall?
That's overall.
Oh, wow.
It's 87 out of 100. It's a solid B plus. And guys, you guys all know for our fans that watch us weekly know that to give that I think is kind of.
I think the last time I actually gave a score, it was like 30. So,
BJ, take it away. What do you got?
all right. So, jumping into the nose. So I still think I remember the first time I went to Hershey, PA. You get outside, you get the smell of outside mixed with the smell of chocolate. I mean, it's there, and that's what that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of the first time I ever went to Hershey. So I think that nose is incredible. I think it's really interesting, especially for a rye. It's super sweet. Again, especially for a rye. No corn, and you're just getting all this sugar. It's incredible. On the flavor profile, I love that spicy, minty refreshment. I think that's really nice. I think it's really interesting. And it keeps me coming back for more. Again, I think that tobacco is a good call out. I think you do get some of that old world farmhouse, farmyard.
Dusty.
all really,
Yeah.
really good. And I would tell you, this is a $100 bottle of whiskey. I mean, this is a single barrel. Remember, this is a single
Cask
barrel.
strength,
Cask strength.
60%er.
This is not some watered down BS.
Right.
So
a blend. Yeah.
again, to try and help back up my original score direction here, I would give a 3 on the nose. I would give a 3 on the taste. I'm going to give a 2.5 on the value. I think it's pretty strong, but not perfect. No blown away bonus. That's going to be 85. I'm going to be right there with you, Jimmy.
Okay.
I'm going to be right there with you at, I think it's an 87, 88 out of 100.
Yeah.
This is extraordinarily respectable, and I would tell all of you, it's a go-getter.
Let's go get her. And again, we don't say that often, you guys. You know us. We'll bring people on the show, and I have no hesitation.
Oh, yeah,
to
we're
shit on a
brutally
bottle.
honest.
We're brutally honest. You can see
Brutally.
some of our prior shows.
Lucky 7. Go back to the Lucky
Go
7
back to
show.
Lucky
We
7
were
show.
nervous. No.
Calumet, unfortunately. Sorry, Ken. I know I shat all over that 15-year Calumet.
Terrible.
I was like ashtray water. So you guys know me. Very critiquing of this. But I'm
Chris, what are you getting out of this? What are you
So,
thinking? If you
I'm-
went
I'm
along
right-
that scale,
I think you and I have very similar palates. Which
Seems
is-
like it,
is
yeah.
Interesting. It's
we
one
were
of
just
those
talking.
things
We were
that
just saying that while you guys were talking
I
earlier.
got a lot of those sweet nose, like the characteristics on there. I got that creme brulee right off the bat. I'm starting to get that Hershey's chocolate, like you said. Also because when you're around somebody that says it, you start to pull it out.
Power of suggestion.
Exactly.
Suggestion.
Power of
It
suggestion.
is definitely sweeter on the nose,
Yeah.
which I love.
Yeah.
So I actually tend to be drawn towards sweeter bourbons, whiskeys,
Same.
ryes. I like that. The only thing that I was a little worried about because I hadn't tasted it in so long was the fact that it was going to be so hot. And I think that the spice and the creaminess and that little bit of menthol grass in the back end cuts through that. It doesn't drink hot. I mean, I
Yeah.
poured myself some more. It doesn't drink hot
Yeah.
at all. It's one of those things that
Definitely doesn't drink like a 60%.
no, it's very good. It's one of those things. Of course, I picked it, so I want to be proud of it. But
Yeah.
I'm proud to say that I'm proud of it.
Definitely.
Good.
No,
Yeah.
Bravo.
Great. Vinny, what are you getting over there?
I mean, look, you and I are on the same page with this one.
Yeah.
I know they're asking about the barn. I don't know why, but I get this barn feel. I've been in some
Yeah.
barns.
The second I said it, I saw you turning. You
I
looked
was
right at
like-
me. You're like, yeah, I get
look,
that too.
He nailed it perfectly. I think we're all on the same page. It's not hot. It's spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that barn feel to me, I don't know why, but when I drink it, it kind of brings me somewhere, and it brings me to a barn. That's what it just pops up in my head. I don't know if it's smelling that fresh hay and getting a little bit of that from that, and I don't know why, but I get this
Sure.
like unsweetened iced tea vibe. I don't know why, if that's crazy
Huh.
saying
That's
that.
interesting.
I do.
Now I
just,
feel like I have to go back and.
I do. I just almost get like this. You guys keep
I
saying
get
creme
it.
brulee,
I get
but
it.
like
I get it
I'm
in the
getting an
back end.
unsweetened iced tea vibe.
Like an unsweetened black iced tea.
Yeah.
Totally get it.
That's what I'm kind of getting instead of a creme brulee. It's sweet, but it's not that sweet as a creme brulee.
See, I get all the sweetness.
Do you? I mean,
No, it's very sweet.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
nose
But-
is sweet.
and here's
but
the thing,
but
right?
The
A
flavor
lot of
profile
people-
I get.
To your
still
point,
tea.
Chris, people have a preferential. They prefer one or the other. Some people prefer their whiskeys and bourbons to be more sweeter. I'm with you. I love that. I'm Mr. Creme Brulee. Give me,
too.
mash a donut in bourbon and
Yep.
give it to me, and I'm all about
All
it.
the vanilla, all the caramel.
Yes.
all of it.
Let's
Me,
put it in
me,
the French
me.
press. Let's
Stop.
stop out and put a donut in the French press.
We're not going there.
Oh, we're doing it.
We are not taking any vintage beers.
We're gonna do
and
it.
French pressing
Yes.
adjuncts into
Yes,
them.
we are.
Are we gonna do a? You're down if you ever French pressed a beer with a Bourbon County and donuts and bananas and chocolate bars and all the things. Yes, we've all done it.
Yes.
everybody.
Everybody in the chat's like, do it. Okay, Anthony has responded. $79.99 plus shipping.
Okay,
So reach out to him,
that's a
value.
guys.
I mean, that's the
your
thing,
shipping's
isn't
gonna be $20 maybe. Reach out to him, get a bottle.
This is
All right.
yeah.
Well, it depends on whoever's reaching out to him
Yeah.
from wherever they could be from Pennsylvania. Punky.
But the cool thing is
yeah.
we also have held back. So when we do the release, and we always hold back a few bottles for people who are late to the barrel pick program that want to, let's say they want to try the Elijah Craig, they want to try the Traverse. If you talk to Tony, more than likely we have a couple bottles
Great.
put aside, so you can start along our barrel pick program journey as well.
Fantastic.
That's
great.
cool.
So again, yeah, if you guys are really interested and you're also interest has been piqued with these Elijah Craigs, reach out to Anthony, Tony. He's going to talk to you and go from
And
there.
we have the next one coming up too.
So
You want to tell us
he goes,
about?
hold on, really quick.
We can't jump too fast.
I need to highlight his chat here. He goes, but sadly, not much left. He only has 4 bottles to sell.
On it.
Guys, tonight's the
Jump
night.
on
Sell
it.
him out of these bottles.
My mom actually
please hit him
texted
up
me
on
yesterday
Instagram.
because she was trying to get some Christmas presents or somebody for, and she goes, "Which one should I get?" I said, "You should try
Christmas
Dad's Hat."
is around the
It's
corner.
coming up quick. That's the crazy part.
82 days away, if
so
I'm not
fast.
mistaken.
Wow, that's pretty good.
No, a coworker mentioned that earlier today.
Very man of you.
Yes, definitely.
As the
Definitely
math
82
formulas
days.
are going across my head as I determine what I want to rate this whiskey from BJ's math formula. Anyway,
Definitely.
thanks for that, Tony. So he said, reach out to him. Let's sell him out tonight, guys.
Yeah, get it
Just
done.
hit him up
I mean, 4
on
bottles.
Instagram and make
Tony,
it
I need
happen.
one.
Yeah, say it.
Yeah, I was like, hold on, we got 4 here, and we each need 1. So where do we at, Beach?
7, 8.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
it's
kinda
your
proud.
own. Yeah, I mean, you're like, it's 100. Obviously, it's your own bottle. 82.
82.
Okay.
I had it
All
in my
right.
head right away.
Okay.
Done.
No.
Great.
Look, wait, he came
Fired.
in. Yeah.
I'll take his place.
inspired me.
I'll take his place immediately.
You get an 82% reduction in hours. So,
So you were saying you got another one coming up.
Yeah.
he's
Like, what do you got
"Please, I
coming
need a
up?
vacation."
So the next one that's coming up is going to be released around the holidays. Super stoked on this one. So I actually brought.
And then I'm going to highlight this post from you, Patrick, because Patrick goes, what's up with those sample bottles? And he's got the eyes. What's up with those sample bottles?
So Knob Creek is going to be the one that's coming out.
Knob.
This one is. I'm super excited on. So we had 3 samples. I don't know if you've seen a Knob Creek pick. Like if you don't get to go, how they sent it. They sent me with the distilled water
not.
from the distillery. They sent me with a tube to water it down, to proof it down, so I could actually taste it, what it would be like when it was there. And then they sent the cast proof. So we had 3 samples to choose from. Going into this, the same way that I do them all, I taste them blind. My wife pours them. I don't know anything about them. I don't know anything besides the fact that I know it's coming. So we had 3 samples. The first sample is 126.
Hold on. How about this? Really quick. Would you like us to try them and then have us try to guess what you picked? Or would you like to just tell us up front and no games?
No, I'm not going to tell you what I picked.
Okay.
So this is the crazy part. So a lot of times, not a lot of times. I'm relatively new to the pick program. We've done, I think, 4 or 5.
Sure.
Dad's Hat, there was 2 that were very, very good.
Oh.
That stood out.
Well, this
Elijah
one's very
Craig,
good.
all of them were good.
I'm sure.
So it was like one of those
Yeah.
things. This one, there was one that was night and day, hands down the winner. George and I immediately, we all text each other at the same time. So we were tasting them blind.
Yeah.
We said on the count of 3, send your pick. We all picked the same one, and it was no contest.
Okay.
That's so great.
Wow.
Which was very, very interesting on this one. So I'm going to tell you what they are, and then I won't tell you what I pour you. How about
Okay.
that?
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, that works.
So we have, so this one is going to be off of Warehouse P, floor 6, Rick 23, tier 1, and this is 126.84 proof.
Okay.
So very, very high up there. This one is going to be from Warehouse M, floor 4, Rick 2, and this one's 127.38
Okay.
proof. And then the last one is from Warehouse 1, floor 6, Rick 83, and this is 131.94 proof. Thank you. So very, very big boys. I have a water back here. So yeah, I wanted to bring this to you. I thought this was pretty cool to be able to, to taste our samples. I always am curious to see if other people would pick what I would pick, and the reasons why. So yeah, so this is a fun one. My wife and I actually tasted through this. She also unanimously picked down the same one that I did.
Wow.
Let's be honest. I was
Vinny-
the only one that was completely different.
Yeah, he was the only one that was completely different. So I blind
Interesting.
tasted
Wow.
after I made the picks.
Okay.
I blind tasted him, and he picked completely different, which was interesting to me. We can talk about that afterwards. But yeah, I didn't want to give too much away. And if I remember right, they are. Do you remember? Were they 10-year?
They were all 10-year.
No.
Not 9.
All 9 year.
All 9 year. Okay.
Patrick says, "Give me that 131."
Okay, so when I first
Interesting.
opened the box,
Okay.
same thing I said. I was like, oh, 131.
Whoa.
Oh, taste that bad boy.
That sounds very hot
I
for
was the
Knob
same with
Creek.
Patrick. But let's
Let's get into it. Let's get into it. No, yeah.
So I'm
Thank
not
you
gonna
very
tell
much.
Which is which? You guys don't know anyways. So I'll give you the first.
We know
one.
nothing.
All right. You won't be able to read that far. You don't have that good eyes.
I'm gonna put on. I love this little thing.
Hey, what do you guys think about the new ability?
Highlight. We can
to
highlight the chat
the
messages.
chat. What do you guys think about that? I think that's kind of cool.
I think it's really cool.
New feature of the evening. So I'm going to be honest. I'm not a big Knob Creek guy. I usually don't love Knob Creek. I think it's very acrid. I think it's very bitter. I taste a lot of the charcoal. So I'm not usually a big fan. So I'm
we get the
really,
stats on
really
this?
interested in this.
On this? Oh no.
No, it's blind. It's blind. It's
Okay.
blind.
Blind. That takes away.
That's fair.
Oh,
That's a very nutty. This is like a peanut brittle bomb.
Nutty.
Is what I'm getting. I am getting nuts galore. Like,
and then yeah, a little caramel.
yeah, caramel peanuts, like roasted peanuts. Those shitty, like, if you're at some like old school dive bar where they have the peanuts with the
Salted
skins on 'em.
peanuts.
Salty peanuts.
I like that you both drink it at the same time.
It's got a bit of heat. Packs a little punch.
You know, it keeps up with that nose though. It's still kind of salty peanut.
Yeah.
The peanut brittle.
Wow, that's pleasant. I'm digging
That's
it.
really good.
I'm digging it. Yeah, I'm trying to just. I wanna,
seems
I
really
wanna
hot.
I want to kind of explain to everybody out loud, right, as I'm tasting it, what I'm getting, and it's really like a massive peanut bomb. Like a lot of peanuts,
You like-
roasted
you wanna try
peanuts,
it again?
peanut brittle.
Do you want to try it again?
What on earth? That's a great thing.
Yeah, skin's on. Like,
Yeah, you see what I
you
got?
have to think about those roasted peanuts with like the red skins.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm getting in this. It's a little wild. Okay, all right,
And I know I'm smelling it out of the bottle, so it's not opened up because I want to. But
sure.
I get a lot of like
hot.
potpourri, like floral on that, like dried.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
If you pull it way deep, yeah.
You pull it deep
smell it
on
out
the
of here.
nose.
Don't look at the label. But smell it out of there.
We will not. Very floral.
Oh, very
Yeah.
floral.
Yeah.
It's
Out of there,
I think
it's
because it's.
Nice.
I
Yeah.
think it's because it's. You guys have it opened up, but when it's just
Ooh, oh yeah, it's different.
like
When
way,
you-
way perfumey.
yeah,
Very
like
perfumey.
appley,
Yeah.
appley perfume.
Not a good way either. That actually
I think it opens
Throws it
up
off a
better.
little bit, yeah.
it throws it off, but it's strange how it changes when it gets some aeration. You get a little bit of give it some air.
It's got a good Kentucky hug though.
It opens
It's
up.
got a
Oh, it's
good
got a
Kentucky hug.
guys. You really feel that. All right, let's
I
jump.
like
Let's jump into the next one.
All right.
And I'm gonna say salty. Like,
Again, that's
Sea
like
salt.
you could call that like I don't know, boardwalk peanuts, and people would be all over that.
hey, how do you guys feel about those crappy circus peanut candies? Do you guys like those?
Circus peanuts.
Yeah.
You guys like the
Like
orange
orange ones.
Put that
No,
in a
but I
beer.
like candy corn, so I'm like a weird person.
I like candy corn too.
I love candy
Tis
corn.
the season.
I only eat a certain part of the candy corn.
That's 'cause
The orange part,
I
the
know,
little
I-
nub.
I hold it by the tip and I eat everything up to the
You know
tip.
it's all the same, right?
Yeah, I understand, but I don't
Honey
eat the
flavored
little yellow
wax,
tips.
literally.
I don't eat the tips. I bite all
He
the
doesn't eat
tip
the
and-
crust off his
So you don't-
All the tips
You don't
away.
eat the white part.
Yeah, the
You
little
eat the
top
you eat the
part. I
yellow
don't
part
eat
and the orange part.
Yeah, I don't eat the top
crust
part.
off his
Okay.
candy corn. How is that a thing?
I don't eat it.
Weird, man.
Where's your other glass? Here you go.
Weird. But I respect it.
Yeah, I just
So how many samples? This is just 2?
three.
Oh, it's 3. Oh shoot. Okay.
All right, so here we go into
All right. Into sample number 2 of the Knob Creek. And in chat saying Vinny confirms psycho. Just saying.
I like how you had to confirm that.
Ooh, this one I do not like the nose. To be honest with you guys.
This
is
smells
that
like Knob
pepper.
Creek.
This is Knob Creek.
This to me smells like Knob Creek.
This is.
This smells like right now.
Isn't that
God, I
funny?
hope this isn't the pick. I feel bad if I'm the rude.
No,
because
I
this
want
is
you to
gonna
be
the one that I
completely
wanna
honest.
shit on.
This smells like a Fred No
I
product.
don't like this nose.
What's it feel like in your mouth though?
That's what she said.
It tastes
That's
like
a
Knob Creek.
spicy boy.
Tastes like Knob Creek. I mean, this
Nuts are
smells
not there.
and tastes like Knob Creek.
Oof. Guys, this is a tough pill to swallow. I'm having a real hard time with this.
I'm gonna tell you why I want you to keep it coming because this is Vinny's pick.
You need 3. You need 3.
This is not the pick. This was the pick.
This was my pick.
I think this tastes like
Continue just because when he said that I was
Knob
like,
Creek.
what? No, that was not even like. Good.
So it was mentioned the floral, the potpourri, the grandma's potpourri. This is it. This is hitting the nail on the head with that. It's not really developing. I'm having a hard time swallowing this one.
This was my pick.
And
Okay,
tell
that's
me that it's
fine.
not very just like single note.
It is. No, it's very flat.
It's really flat.
Very
That's
flat.
exactly what I told you. I said
BJ,
it's flat.
BJ, I think hit the nail on the head with the Fred No comment. Very
I mean, you can tell
Knob Creek
that
traditional.
This is traditional Knob Creek.
This is like run of the mill. They probably just threw some barrel that was right in the middle of the rick house. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, that first peanut brittle one really stood out.
Did you
That
hear
was
it?
fucking
I don't know
heavy
where it's
hitter.
from. I don't know if you were here, but so it's from Warehouse 1, Floor 6, Rick 83.
Oh, so right in the middle.
Yep.
So it's just this is like a middle run of the mill average Joe Knob Creek.
Yeah,
and
I mean, this tastes
BJ
like Knob Creek.
hates Knob Creek, so he doesn't like it. I know.
So I like Knob Creek.
Yeah, I'm not a Knob Creek guy. That's why the first one
And
really
that's
threw
fair.
me.
Don't get me wrong. I respect
First
it
one
for
threw
what
me.
it is. Personally, like I said earlier, along with Chris, we're the sweet guys. We want that sweet, caramely, vanilla-y, not floral, not barnyardy. This is floral. I can't sit there and drink this all night long. But God, I want that first pour again. I'm all right. We're gonna rinse out and get into this third because we're running a little late.
I like what it does to my mouth, though. Like, mine's very tingly right now, which is fun. It's a fun tingle.
I am totally getting that too.
You get the
I am
little
getting a
palate
tingle.
Yeah.
Does that mean maybe it's a high ABV? Could that be it? Or
I
you
don't,
just
I don't think so. I think that could probably be some tannins, some oaky
Ooh,
tannins.
some biff tannins are coming through.
I think it could be biff tannins.
Biff tannins, or maybe a little bit of minty, like a eucalyptus menthol.
I don't get that. It's
Like
not
a
as
hair.
maybe. I don't know. Not my favorite.
We don't like it anyway. All right, let's get to this next one.
Okay, this has a very big character profile in the nose.
Different than the last one.
I love how different all three of these were.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I'm going to tell you that I definitely respect that because I've talked to some fellow single barrel pick folks, and they said that these distilleries have sent them like they were just trolling them, and they thought that they sent them the same 3 samples.
So that's what I was saying. This one is so diverse.
Fruity. I get
Very fruity on the nose.
there's
I
a
like
lot of
that.
fruit
Yeah,
on this nose,
and that's so not Knob Creek.
Right?
but it's got some spice. I mean, I get the Knob Creek spice, but there's some fruit.
That's so wild because this is not reminiscent. I don't get a traditional Knob Creek.
Interesting.
Out of this.
And it's not it's like strawberries. Like the fruit I'm thinking
Strawberries,
of is strawberry.
yes, absolutely.
I'm not thinking of like
yeah,
the traditional orange peel or anything like that.
dude,
like,
strawberry.
It's like strawberry.
That's so weird. I don't think I've ever would think I would say strawberry as a nose profile.
So,
Okay.
you're having fun with this, Mister. I don't like Knob Creek.
Hands down, this is the best of the three, in my opinion. Like the way this laid on my palate, as soon as it got in my mouth, it was like everywhere all at once in a good way. It was not just at one part of my palate. It was everywhere. This is a very
Guys,
full-bodied spirit.
Three has to be your pick.
Thanks.
It has to be because this drinks. I'm going to tell you guys. This is a bold statement I'm about to say right now. This reminds me of the 15-year Knob Creek.
This has got like a cola finish. It's like kind of sweet like a cream soda,
That's
but
a
it's
good
got
way
like
to
a
put it.
cola finish. Like when you drink a good Coke on a hot day and you're like, God, that was good. And you've got that Coca-Cola flavor in your mouth. This has got that same, to me, that same, it's even got the same like syrupy feel. Like this is good. I like this.
So in my notes, I had flat Dr. Pepper.
Interesting.
I can see where you're getting that.
Yeah, it's like soda. Cola.
We said cola. Yeah, you get a cola. It is a flat, like a cola vibe, like a licorice, almost. Yeah, that could be what it is. You maybe
So
get
now
a
I'm-
hair licorice.
So it's fair to say that this is your favorite.
I think this is my favorite.
I don't know.
For me, this is my favorite.
So which makes sense because you and I have the same palate. This was my pick, just so we're.
This is delightful.
Yeah.
This is
And
delightful.
I'm right there with you. I get that flat soda, that flat
Yeah.
cola vibe. It opens up good. Out of the 3, it coats the tongue differently. It hits all the
Yes.
spots. It was night and day different out of the 3.
100%. This is not like the other 2 that you poured. This is incredibly good, and I would never guess that this was a Knob Creek product.
That was the biggest thing too. It didn't
Never.
taste like Knob
This
Creek.
No.
drink's a lot older than what you're going to tell us the year is. I'm guessing this is a 6 to 8 year.
He said it was a 9.
I think
Oh, it's a 9?
I think it's Tony would.
I'm gonna say
It's been
it.
a long day. I think it's either a 9 or a 10.
Okay, because it drinks old.
It's fantastic.
It's an
it doesn't taste like
old-
Knob Creek.
So
No.
out of the 3, do you want to guess which one my proof was? So we had 126.84, we had 127.88, and we have 131.94.
Oh, that's obvious. The second one was the Hot Boy, and the 1 and 2s were the one.
I'm going to say this is the
That
127.8.
is the 127.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds right. Because you get a little bit of that tingle.
There's
you
a
get
little
the
tingle.
ethanol.
And then when I proof
Evaporation.
this down with the water, down to what we're going to release it at, it drinks amazing.
I'm excited for this
Guys.
Yeah, it's really good.
When is this
is
coming
gonna
out?
Be
So
ridiculous.
that is going to be around the holidays.
Okay. Hopefully, this is going to, as a friendly reminder out there, friends, Christmas is around the corner.
Tony, you got 5,000 people who are subscribing to this channel who are going to be hitting you
We're
up.
going to be hitting you up,
Very
Tony.
excited for this
Be ready.
This is amazing.
Hey, in my
Yeah.
defense, James, you know this a little bit more than BJ, and Chris knows too.
Go
I
for
always
it.
tend to go for the higher proof.
Sure,
stuff.
sure. Fair.
So when
So
we
tell
went-
us your pick. Like, give us
so
your
I-
1,
I
2,
went-
3.
I went with the 131,
The one that you guys like the least.
the
was
one you
his
guys
pick.
like the least. I went with the
Really?
best. Complete opposite. And normally him and
I thought
This
that
is
one
great.
was almost not pleasant.
So what
It's
I
not.
what
It's
I
not.
what I enjoyed about it
Yeah.
was that you guys described it as a tingle. I described it as a. So I tried the other 2. I don't remember the order you gave it to me in or the order I
forget.
drank it in.
Yeah.
But it kind of when I had it, it was like okay, and then oh, this one has a kick. So that kick is what drew me to it. I've always
Interesting.
enjoyed the kick.
That's fair.
if
That's
you go,
fair.
If you go and look, you've been to my house. If you go and look
Yep.
at my collection, all of my
Dude,
stuff
it's
is high
so.
proof.
I was just going to say that.
Everything is
You look at
130,
Vinny's
131,
shelf.
like 132. I go with the high.
It's
high.
all
Going
like
for hazmat.
barrel proof, cast strength, single barrels, like
Ooh.
58s, 59s, 64s. I'm just like, what is he drinking over? He's drinking for effect.
Session bourbon.
He's drinking for effect. He's not drinking for taste.
The whole.
I'm too old to be drinking 131.
You know what? Years ago, people told me that you have hair on your chest if you drank stuff like this. And here I am, 32, still no hair on my chest.
Oh, man.
Maybe I'm just chasing that dream. But no, I don't know what it is. I am drawn to the higher proof. Always have
And that's
been.
fair.
And you know, at least
yeah.
I like to believe that I have consistency in that. So I should have known right off the bat. I was like, well, this is the highest proof one because that's what I liked.
You
There
can
you
call
go.
it out. No,
Yeah, you know
it's
what I mean?
very, you know it. When you try all 3, you know which
And
one's the
this
hottest
kind of goes
one.
back to, my wife's in the wine business and, me in the beer business. You kind of go through those snobby stages. Then you realize, drink what you like. You know what?
That's it.
And
That's key.
Vinny likes 131.
Yep.
Drink that. You
We-
know what? I like this one. Drink it.
We profess that. We preach that on the show all the time. Everybody's palates are different. I think that me, BJ, and normally it's Zach, or if we have a guest on the show, everybody has a different opinion. And that's the thing, guys. Like, everybody's taste profile is different. We're here to guide you. We're here to help you with that and give some suggestions, but everybody's going to taste it differently. Prime example, we have 4 of us here tonight. This is a great gamut of different tastes and different likes, and this was a great example. Was
Yeah,
this
and
Knob
I
Creek?
can't thank you enough
Yeah.
for sharing that.
Yeah,
That was
absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
glad
beautiful.
I got to share with somebody that would appreciate it.
Oh, now
Thank
we're
you.
super excited. So
I'm happy they liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm glad
that's what's coming
I'm
out
glad
next.
that the person that I feel like has the closest palate to me also would pick the same one.
Yeah.
So which one would you have picked the
It
first
was
one?
Oh,
fantastic.
yeah, I'm curious. We never asked.
yeah, I didn't say, and I'm kind of torn because here's
No,
the
live your truth, Jimmy.
That first one was like liquid peanut butter.
It was good.
I just got a ton, and that's not. Can you tell me where that's from? The warehouse location? Do you have
It is Warehouse P, floor 6, Rick 23.
P for
no?
peanuts.
So it's still kind of right in the middle.
But
So
it's
you know
good.
what's weird is this one, when you said, I was waiting for you to say it, you said peanut.
Yeah.
I got a lot of salinity out of this one.
Yes,
and the
definitely.
Salinity is what I
Salty.
didn't
Yes.
like, because I tend to go towards sweeter things.
So salty.
And it's
So-
it's very salty. And again, to the peanuts, roasted peanuts, saltiness. That's exactly what you're getting.
Spanish red-skinned
And-
roasted peanuts.
Yes.
Damn. You nailed it on that one.
I like that. I thought that was fun. It was different. I just kind of a Knob Creek traditionalist. But with the pick that you've chosen, very happy with it. I thought
I'm
that was
excited.
very pleasant.
gonna be great.
Obviously we will all be picking up a bottle. One more time though, we got a question in the chat. I missed the answer earlier. Where can I buy this stuff? So friends, Anthony, what's his handle
Tony
again?
Whiskey, yeah.
Tony the Whiskey Guy
Just
on
Tony-
Instagram.
Tony Whiskey Guy.
But
Tony
you can always
Whiskey
DM me,
Guy.
and I'll make sure you get connected. Beer
Okay.
Zombies, easy.
Beer Zombies, or hit up Chris at Beer
Yeah.
Zombies.
I'll make sure you get directed where you need to go.
And we will get you directed to get a bottle.
West Covina Liquor. Don't
Or
worry.
hit us up. You guys know us. Hit
Yeah,
up the Barrel Buddies.
absolutely.
We'll forward it on. You
He
guys
misses
know that.
asking, so don't worry. I'll make sure to take you to West Covina Liquor next time we're going down
I
south.
did a pop-up at West Covina Liquor with Beer Thug Life
Oh, damn.
merch before I even had any beers out. That's how long I've known these
Wow.
guys. That's what I'm saying. So it's the world is a small world. It's a big
Sure
full
is.
circle.
Sure
and
is.
it's we're all extended family. It's been a fun ride with this.
That's cool, man.
For the Barrel Buddies, that's our show, and that's a wrap. I'm James.
And I'm BJ. Special thanks to our guests, Chris and Vinny of Beer Zombies.
Thanks for
Thanks,
coming on the
guys.
show,
Yeah,
guys.
having us. Yeah.
Hopefully, this is the first, but hopefully not the last. So we look forward to bringing you guys on the show
Love to have
again.
you back.
when
And
this comes out.
we
We'll
just
bring you
posted.
back.
Actually, we just highlighted. Tony posted his handle. So Tony Whiskey Guy.
There
in the
you go.
chat
Go
there.
follow him on Insta. Don't forget to follow us on Insta at The Barrel Buds. Don't forget to follow them on Insta at
Beer
Zombies
Zombies.
and Beer Zombies BC.
New
For
spot.
those of you that are in and
We were
around
just
the
there
Boulder
last
City
Monday,
area.
guys. You got to come hang out if you're local.
Yeah, you always see our Montucky Mondays posts. So
do
hang
love
tight
our
with
cold
us.
snacks.
We do. Sure do.
Yeah, I
We
do
love
too.
shotguns and cold snacks.
That's
Hell
for sure.
yes.
And whiskey.
We'll see you next week for our next episode. Watch our socials for what's next.
Have a great night, everybody. Bye.
Thank you.